Hi ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Try Not To Grinn, our series that I haven't filmed in so long because Genshin had an update, and to be honest, I'm kind of like shitting away the update because I'm just losing my track of things, and I'm kind of being like, well, that could be a video, and that could be a video, everything could be a video. What do? There's too many options. Panic, fear, frustration, not to know what to do first, do that, that wasn't great, that this, maybe, no, that, trim the fat is where I'm at. I need to start trimming the fucking fat. It's the therapy chair, right? Sometimes this guy be like, I'm not sure about it, you know? Yeah. And I'm kind of getting, I know I'm in this bad habit of mine that I find myself falling into every now and again, which is the bad habit of like, well, that could be a video. And maybe that could be a video. And everything could maybe be a video, but now I need to start, and this is where I know I'm making a mistake, I need to just start consuming, and then when I'm consuming, in the middle of me consuming, I'm like, oh, that tastes good. We should make a video with it, because that's fun, or I didn't know how to do that, so I seeked it out, and therefore, I could not be the only one who needs that help. Or that was super interesting. I can't wait to go back and like show people in some way, you know. Golly. But anyways, ladies and gentlemen, on another irrelevant note, there was this fucking big old spider on the side of my wall. I'm talking big. Like it wasn't like one of these. It was like one of these fuckers, like fucking solid, huge, like the size of the bulb, probably. I know y'all, some of y'all freaks have like crazy spider stuff. But anyways, sprayed some spider spray. There's spider spray fumes in the room now. I feel like I'm dizzy. Hi, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Grinn, and you are just delightful for putting up with me. But alas, today we're going to be jumping back into our memes tab just to talk about it. Last time we went into like weird pseudo deep talk, which was not probably worth it or good for anybody involved, despite maybe me. All right. I apologize for being who I am. Anyways, if you pixelate the picture of Justin Bieber's house, it looks like from the 1980s strategy game. I was gonna say strategy game, but really, that's his house? Why is it just a giant circle? Does that like open up? Weird. Millionaire houses just seem like it's just like, why? Why does it need to be like so excessive? I don't know. It's like they're literally like, well, I don't just have $1 million, I have 20 million, but yet I don't want, like, at a certain point getting like a fucking mall-sized house is stupid, so just make it more intricate and complicated for no reason, because the money's got to go somewhere. It's like they're hell-bent on spending $20 million. The perfect cosplay doesn't exist. Looks pretty great. Is this the guy? I thought he was from a movie. From like when I seen him over here, I was like, I know him. And I zoom in and I'm like, I don't know if that's him. But you know, he looks like something, right? He looks like something. An actor or something we've seen before. Anyways. Hi, I was referring to the guy who is wearing the cosplay. Like he looks like an actor, not like I know the guy. I told my housemates that vaccine knocked me out. And he said, yes, set purification to stun. And friends, I am angry. Oh, also, it set phasers to stun. Gross. I don't even want to finish reading it. Star Trek. Disgusting. Disgusting. I don't know why. It's not that I don't know, man. Maybe it is because like I watched Star Wars like really late in life. Like I was one of the kids that got into it with the Jar Jar, and I don't hate Jar Jar because I watched him when I was a kid, and he's like, he's a silly idiot. I love him. And then you grow up and you're like, oh, ugh. Anyways, I go back and I look at Star Trek, and I'm just like, this seems like a lot. It seems like too much. If that makes any sense. And we had, what is that fucking chunky monkey? I don't know what his name is. Gradius or something? I don't know. Having faith in the Pfizer vaccine. Don't forget they make Viagra. If they can raise the dead, they can save the living. I'm not sure about that. I'm like, that's like they go to a necromancer and be like, hey, I need medical help. be like, okay, just need you to fucking, here's just a stake through the heart real quick. Here we go. Now we're playing with gasoline. Tier list for WoW killers. What is this? Oh, right. Sexual harassment business. Rough. Rough. I don't know, man. That's been, okay, well, it's really, is there a fucking, okay, I thought there was a beehive underneath my window. Yikes. Sorry. That whole thing is Well, first of all, like, horrific. Like, nobody should be being fucking. Well, that's the thing, man. That's the thing that always kind of pushes me in a weird direction. Is like when I hear the WoW stuff, there's stuff where I'm like, well, what is it exactly? Like, they talk about like an unprofessional work environment, or like a weird boy culture, or whatever it could be. But it's like, that doesn't. What does it mean? Like, is it like your shithead person in a cubicle working on games is talking to his buddy right beside him, and they're making like fucking what do you call it, ligmo jokes, like fucking all that stuff, you know, like saying suck my balls or some stupid shit, and then people are feeling weird about it? Or is it like they don't want the person to feel out of the friend group, so then they try to like extend the olive branch and start talking to them, and then they become a part of the friend group, so then they start raising them or razzing them, whatever you want to call it, and then it escalates to that point. But then they're like, there's that where it's like, to me it's like, unless you know the context and like the motivations of everyone involved, it gets weird. But then there's examples of like literally people passing around like a nude photo of someone, and it's like, that's just fucking like high school torture bullying shit. So then there's like, it's all mushed into one, and it's just like, I don't know. I feel like it's the constant problem when like trying to tear down somebody is you just throw any slight negative in a pot just so that one of them can stick and like hit. But I don't think people realize that if one of those to a person isn't like justifiable, like if they're like, well, wait, what is the context of like the razzing or the inappropriate conversation? Because if anyone's worked in a workplace, the inappropriateness comes from a party either a person being super disconnected and fucked up, which I think is rare. I think it oftentimes comes from people thinking that your boundary is the same as their boundary, and no one ever like jumping in and saying, hey, my boundary is not your boundary, and then moving forward. But then again, like, that's what I mean, is like this whole Blizzard fucking sexual harassment cases. There's like instances where they're like, it seems like, I don't know the context, so I can't make a judgment. But then they throw in like this fucking serious, horrible shit, like a person committing suicide on a fucking thing, and you're like, Jesus Christ, like that's super wrong. But then I feel like it muddies the water. That's the best way I can describe it. I feel like some of the things that they mentioned muddy the water and puts a weird expectation on what the workplace should be. Like, because they think it's like, if you're in an environment where it's really creative, I'm all for like no one throwing around any sort of sexual jokes or not even dating, but it'd be crazy to say that not a lot of love, or not love, what do you call it? Not a lot of like relationships, not a lot of friendships, not a lot of like crude friendships, etc., come from environments where you are stacked on top of each other and having to work together synchronously through a long period of time. You know what I mean? It's like that's not like, that's something that's super prevalent. Like, most people, if they work in a cubicle kind of said office, their significant other, they find them whilst working in that said kind of office, or some of their best friends are the people that they work with, you know, because you spend so much time working in the same place that you're bound to probably try to find the silver lining in that place. So, and then for people to say, well no, it's like, okay, well then you're throwing away the friendship, the jokes, and etc. But with that being said, you don't necessarily need to throw it out. You just need to have people who are not being gross. Like, that's my biggest thing. I don't want the baby to be thrown out with the bathwater, but I am fully game for throwing the snake in the fucking baby's bathwater out. You know what I mean? Like, I'm hopeful that we can get rid of the shit and keep the child. You know what I mean? But kill the thing that maybe is hurting the child, and the friendships and the innocence and the good, kind-hearted people. Anyways, probably going to cut most of that out, because it's like, who gives a shit what I say? Also, it's going to come out 20 million years later. But maybe that's a good thing. Maybe everyone's like, their things have calmed down, it's settled. But again, not saying that it's not a horrible thing. Just saying that, again, a lot of it seems like a lot of people are looking at other game companies to be like, well, now let's change. And it's like, change what? Are we changing like this, like the horrible, like genuine sexual harassment? Or is it stuff like where it could be misunderstood as like friends saying stupid jokes to one another, or a person not coming forward and saying, that's not, I'm not okay with you saying that? Otherwise, people just operate under the guise of like, oh, person didn't get upset or laughed at the joke, I guess it's okay. And unless you come forward and tell someone it's not okay, then you're kind of making a bad environment for your own self, and you can't expect others to just know what you're thinking. And then someone could argue, well, shit, it's a workplace, you should just work. Sure, but that means you're throwing away all of the other things, like, again, where a lot of relationships are found within in environments where you're spending a lot of time together, and just etc. Friendships, not even relationships, friendships. So yeah, and then it's like, well, what if productivity went down significantly because everyone turns into mindless robots that don't make jokes, don't make each other laugh, don't ask about what each other are doing, etc. But then again, all game for no creepers. All game for no creepers in the fucking environment of any sort. Anywho, back to me. Worf, you are drinking out of a skull. It belonged to a man named Philip. What is it? Vodka and orange juice. It's a Phillips head screwdriver. Are you what they call an old taco? What? Are you what they call an old taco? No. What does that even mean? Those people who stay inside and watch anime and shit. What? Those people who stay inside and watch anime and shit. An old taku. Oh my god. I didn't even mean to say it. Otaku, old taku. Oh, gross. Fucking yuck. I can't. That is the most that when I just said words and I heard it, like as if someone else said it. I was just like, otaku, old taco. I hate it. I don't know why these ones. I was so close to being like, I don't get it. It's weird. Do you mean like a weeb? I was thinking, you know when you think of a word, but you're like, no, this is not the word that they want, but it's close and it means what they're saying. Also, yes. Well, I don't know what secity is, to be honest. Because secity is like a fucking medical thing, all that shit, getting after it, working in like all that, constant. But yet she still has a lot of time to play Genshin, so she also doesn't sleep, so that probably is all, I don't know what it is with women not sleeping, I'll be honest. It's a bunch of weird shit. But anyway, Wanna Feel Old Monday was this week. Okay, yeah, Bolty says, Happy Pikachu, yes, well, man, what is that? I can see like your back is the smallest thing. Like your arms are tiny, and then there's just this. For what? How the fuck does that even happen genetically on a level? But anyways, side thing. How sad? How sad is a girl gonna be who is not quite as well endowed? Puts on that goddamn shirt and Pikachu is just like. Just like a melted fucking mess, and you're sitting there like, I thought it was a cute shirt. I guess some people are just worthy of the shirt. I guess you fucking pieces of shit designer. Either that or that's just all stretch, which it very well might be. Anywho, when you have done 20 minutes of cardio, but look at the watch and it's only 43 seconds. Hey y'all, time moves different here. Oh, I thought it was gonna be something cute like, hey y'all, it's Satan, back here again, get fucked, hey, I'm your past life choices, hey y'all, I'm the 60 pounds of meat you ate 3 weeks ago, you dumb idiot, here, enjoy the slow motion hell. Nice. I get it now. You might be getting some more than some IHOP, you know what I'm saying? Nailed it. I'm the best. Nobody. What's your favorite paradox? If you asked Rick Ashley for his copy of the movie Up, he cannot give it to you, as he will never give you up. However, in doing so, he lets you down, thus creating the Astley paradox. You guys are, again, I enjoy it, but at the same time, I'm like, wait. Like, when he says, I'm not going to give you up, it's not the fucking movie Up, it's you up. And how can you understand when he says you're going to let you down? Like, or no, what he's going to do is literally put you down. Why are we subverting the expectations at the top and not at the bottom? It's just stupid. Anyways, single black female seeks male companionship. Important, I'm very good at looking girl who love to play. I love long walks in the woods, riding in your pickup truck. Candlelight dinners will have me eaten out of your hands. When you get home from work, I'll be at the front door wearing only what nature gave me. Call blank 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 and ask for Daisy. Over 150 men found themselves talking to Atlanta Humane Society about 8-week-old black retriever. Oh, that's lovely. Okay. I was like, okay, the back of the truck? Maybe Daisy? Daisy's kind of like a southern name. Maybe that's just what she loved. Or what she grew up in and hobbies. Not that it was a puppy. I love it. Very happy with the outcome. Book addiction problem number 1. When something amazing happens in your book and you make random noises because you're so happy. Alright. Alright. I don't really read books like that, but yeah, I kind of get it. Dude, I feel like that when, you know, it's the most embarrassing thing ever. I love anime. Grew up watching it more or less to where it's like ingrained. Not grow up. I just watch. I grew up in my like teenage years. So as most people watch anime, you get fucking edgelord vibed out, and they're like, yes. But anyway, when you get older, you start appreciating things like, at least for me, I really appreciate like the pushing past adversity, and I told you guys about it beforehand. When I'm watching My Hero Academia, I'm crying. I'll be honest. There's so many moments where I'll be sitting there and I'll be like, that's awesome. Because it's someone like struggling, getting shit on, but then still like, fuck it, fuck it. I'm still gonna go forward, and it's just super awesome. But then I'm not sure if anyone else does this. I get so overwhelmed with emotion that I have to like pause the video and like walk around. And I'm just smiling like. And I usually, you know what happens so often? I'll pause the anime moment, or like the anime after a tad, it's like up and then down, and then I'll pause it, and then I'll like find myself in the bathroom, and I'm like, what the fuck happened? And it was just because I needed to move, so then my brain was like, we need to move, might as well move towards the bathroom, and then I get there, and I'm like, I don't need to use the washroom. Why did I come in here? And then I gotta kind of quietly leave the bathroom, like some sort of creep who just walked in and walked out. I've gotten to the point where now I know it's a thing, so now I'll just be like, I know, I just need to move, so now I'll just start pacing back and forth like a weirdo. God, I should never watch anime with people. They'll either be like, that's adorable, or you're a freak, or maybe both. But golly, yeah, maybe I don't have as much of the one thing, the happy noises, but I do have like my body's like, I'm so happy and joyous, I need to move. Or maybe I need to hug someone, but I can't hug anybody, so I just gotta move. I totally agree with the book one. Last one, my friends. My boss looking at my negative drug test results. So you're just a freak. You're just weird, huh? You're just kind of off? Huh. I'm not sure that's better or worse. I wonder how many of your boss things would just be like, okay, you're a great worker, you get everything done fast, I didn't see this. And puts it away like, great. Or if it's just like, well, we'll just figure this out, we'll come up with a new thing. Because my whole thing is like, I don't know, I imagine there's some bosses that are just like, listen man, I don't want to replace you for like, because you're doing your work really well. Whatever. Just as long, we'll fudge the numbers. You know what I mean? I bet that's the case. It happens a lot, or maybe not. Maybe people are just like, well, I'm just gonna take away this amazing worker that's constantly showing up on time and putting in extra hours and finding ways to build upon our business just because he does weed. Well, fuck all that, I guess. Well, shit. Okay. Shit, I could see in cases where like you could be sued if found out that you were under the influence, but in cases like that, I still think the person would just reallocate you to another department of the job that has less risk attached to it. Anywho, ladies and gentlemen, hopefully you enjoy the rest of your day. This video was, I don't know what it is. I might have cut out so much because the beginning was a mess, but I felt better now that I looked at the memes. I laughed a little bit, and I talked a little bit in my head about what the hell we were going to do with the whole Genshin big update, what to do, what to cover. Whatever I fucking want is where I'm at, and also whatever I think could be helpful. But I can't find out what could be helpful if I don't entrench myself in doing the thing, or at least am paying really close attention to what you guys are having struggles with as well. But you guys are tough cookies who never tell me when you guys are having problems, so I just kind of gotta guess. And yeah, if you guys want to do me a solid, let me know what the hell, if you're struggling in a certain part in the video game, ideally on the Discord, you would add me and tell me. On like the Genshin tab, and then I would make a video just for you. But anywho, ladies and gentlemen, hopefully you enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you so much for your time, and goodbye.